What's up and welcome back to the Scuffed Ass Podcast for episode number 225. I don't really have a plan, but apparently Wonder wants to talk to you all about his car's extended warranty. I don't know.
Oh, well, but I was just going to bring up the fact that the girlfriend and I went and looked at a house yesterday in that town to the west of us, the T-town.
Oh, yeah, okay.
And so...
Wait, the T-town to the west of us?
East.
Okay. I was like, what
the
the
west.
How fucking far west did you go?
Let's make sure you're paying attention.
I was like, yeah, wait.
You're like, wait a minute.
Wait, no, that's not. And then I just like started trying to think of towns that started with a T in that direction. I'm like, I don't. How far?
You run out of state eventually.
Yeah, like what the fuck?
But so anyway, we go to the town and she reads off this address to me, and for whatever reason I'm like, I'm pretty sure that house is in a bad neighborhood just by the address. But I was right. We ended up going by and looking at this house, and first of all, they listed it on, Zillow, I think.
Yeah.
So they put the wrong address down.
Nice.
They fucking switched the numbers. Like, apparently whoever made it was dyslexic or something.
Nice. Well,
the numbers were all backwards.
Nice.
But we still ended up in the right area, and we like drive by this house. I'm like, I'm pretty sure that was the house there. She's like, well, that's not the right address. So it goes to like a dead end, basically. And I'm like, I'm pretty sure that was the right house. And so she looked it up, and she's like, oh, it must have. They just messed up on the address. So we go back and we look, and they wanted $100,000 for this house that was like in a terrible neighborhood, and part of it was like boarded up on one side with plywood. $100,000
Mm-hmm.
for a half-acre plot too.
Mm-hmm.
And so I was telling the girlfriend, I was like, yeah, I don't think we should consider this, because one time, weirdly enough, while we were fighting fire and stuff, I was driving our big water truck.
Yeah.
And we were on our way back in, and we got a call that said that we might still have some fire that was smoldering or whatever, so they wanted us to, because the other truck ran into water, so they wanted us to turn around and go back out and make sure it was out.
Yeah.
No big deal. I had a coworker with me. His name's Trevor, younger than me, and we're driving, and I pulled down this street, the same street that this house is on, and was able to use the turnaround right there to turn around and go back, and then when we're coming, made the loop or whatever, because it's kind of like a little loop. When we made the loop, we went by the house we were looking at, and then there's like some gang graffiti on this one house.
No, there wasn't. It's a town in Wyoming. I promise. There's no gangs.
That's why I said gang graffiti. They're gangster wannabes.
Yeah, the gangster wannabes, bro. There's cows outside. What the fuck are you on about?
Cow farm.
There's gonna be cows outside. Yes, like that. Yes.
But anyway, yeah. And there's there's every other house is like abandoned, and the windows are all broke out on them, and yeah. But anyway, we were driving along, and we go by the next house that has the graffiti on it, and here's this dude just passed out right next to the road in front of the house.
Yeah.
And I'm driving, and I look, and Trevor's looking, and we both passed it, and I'm like driving, it's all quiet, we're not saying nothing to each other, and we get to the end of the road, and I stopped, I looked at him, I was like, you suppose he's dead? He goes, I don't know, should we go check on him? We were quiet for a second. I looked to my left, I looked back at him, I was like, no. And I just took off.
Aren't you supposed to go check on him, though?
It's not my jurisdiction.
And why the fuck were you there?
Because I was working for my job.
Well,
it was our water truck for the company.
Ah, I see.
Yeah, we were burning ditches that day. Nothing to do with the fire department.
Gotcha. I thought you were being all fireman manly.
No, no. Although that's been fucking stupid the last 4 or 5 days.
Since the kids got hit by a train?
Yes. So last Thursday we had train versus vehicle incident.
The kids got out of the car.
Yeah,
but
barely.
and then it
The one
almost
that was
didn't
so
matter.
drunk, the one that was so fucking drunk was passed out. They didn't even drag him away from the tracks. They left him right next to the tracks. So the train like hit the car and almost rolled the car on top of him. He was that far from being gonzo.
Yeah.
And so that was fun. 2:00 in the morning. That's a wonderful call to get at 2:00 in the morning.
Yeah, kids get hit by train. You're like, oh, I gotta go pick up body parts. Ugh.
Yeah, that's honestly what I was
Yeah.
really. I was trying to prepare myself. It's less than a mile from my house to the town that I fight fire for or respond for, and I hit 97 miles an hour in less than a mile in my truck trying to get to the firehouse so I could get my bunker gear on. And I'm just mentally preparing myself for decapitations and body parts and stuff because it's not fun to get hit by trains. Don't recommend. You will lose every time.
How would you know? You've never been hit by a train.
Well,
I remember
dad,
that cow that one time.
Well, yeah, I watched that happen. That was wild. But my dad, there was a couple of boys back when he was 9 years old tried to beat a train. And back then, trains hauled ass and didn't stop for nothing. And they tried to beat the train and it just center punched their vehicle. There was two brothers in the same vehicle, and both of them did not survive. Neither of them was still in the vehicle after the train went through and hit the car. But my dad found one of them laying in the bar pit in the tall grass, and he was like asking him if he was okay, and got about 10 feet from him, and he noticed that his like thigh and ankle was up here by his head. And so he was like, and he knew he was a goner, so he turned around. Well, his buddy, like my dad's buddy, I don't remember what his name was, walked across the other side of the tracks, and he found a body with no head on it. So
Jesus.
it was not very bueno. It's not good to get hit by trains. But anyway, we had the car versus train. Next day, have fire call. One of the smaller ditch companies that used to go by my old house.
Yeah.
They're burning now. They started the fire, and it got away from them. I had to respond to that one. And then the day after that, another fire call. They started another fire in a different spot. They got away from them. And then the next day, another fire call. And technically, this wasn't me, but Cody and I went golfing. And while I was picking him up from his house, he was listening to the pager, and he was like, man, I could have sworn they just said my parents' place. They just said my parents' road. And I was like, what? And he's like, yeah, the pager just went off. I didn't have my pager on me. I just had my phone, And so I didn't pick up the T-Town traffic. And so he's like, yeah, I don't know. And so he calls his mom. He's like, hey, Mom. She's like, what? I could have swore I just heard on the pager that there's a fire on your guys' road. And she's like, there's no fire. She's like looking out the window or whatever. She's like, I was smelling smoke earlier, but I don't see anything. And he's like, I could have swore they said your road. Go outside and just kind of look around, make sure nothing's on fire. So she goes outside and she's on the phone, speakerphone. And she's like, well, I don't see anything. And all of a sudden she goes, oh, shit, there is a fire. And then hangs up the phone. And so Cody's like, what the fuck? And so we hung out. We didn't go golfing right off the bat because we're like, do we need to go, to his parents' place and help out or what? We don't know what's going on. So we're like calling and calling and calling. She's not answering, not answering. Cody's freaking out, you know. And then so we knew that Cody's brother was there. So we called him. He answered. He actually had his firefighting gear there already. So he just threw all of his gear on and had a shovel over his shoulder. Well, he just live streamed it to us. And all you see is just this wall of fire. Luckily, it was not coming towards their place, but it was going towards two other houses, the neighbors' houses and stuff. And they don't maintain their properties very well, and there's dry grass right up to the houses. So the fire is just like rolling right towards these houses. And so Cody's brother went down there with a shovel and he started trenching and making a fire line, fire barrier. And I mean, you can only get so far with that because the ground was super dry and, hard to get through. And so he was doing what he could. And then, but luckily Cody's dad works for the city and had the city grader there. And so he went down there with the grader and just pulled up a bunch of dirt and made basically a barrier, a big, I don't know.
Yeah.
10-foot wide dirt patch, basically. And just kind of cut a path in front of the fire. And right when the fire trucks started showing up, the fire was kind of starting to lay down a little bit because it got to the barrier. And it only jumped across one spot, and the fire department was able to put it out real fast. So if it wasn't for, Cody's brother and his dad, there probably would have been at least two houses that were lost. And and how it was started is they just had some people from Montana move in next to them. They put in they bought a little acre plot or whatever, moved into the house next to them.
Yeah.
And they are city people. They've never lived in the country before, which you would think Montana is a country, but it's not. They lived in the middle of buildings. So they've really not lived in the country at all, and apparently have no common sense because they were decided to burn stuff while it was super windy in the middle of a bunch of dry shit. And so, of course, it took off on him, and he wasn't able to put it out. So when the Cody's dad was driving by the place with the grader, the guy stops him or whatever, and the guy's like, I don't know what to do. What do I do? I didn't mean to do this. He's freaking out. And he was like, just get the hell out of the way. So let me go put stop this fire. Get the hell out of the way. But yeah, that guy kind of got his ass chewed a little bit by the fire chief. The T-Town fire chief. Which, rightfully so. And he was like, I guess he was talking to Cody's brother afterward. He's like, well, we're kind of new to this country thing, and I guess I just wasn't thinking.
New to this country thing, bro. You don't even live out of town. You have a neighbor within 20 feet. You are not in the country.
But to them, this is country.
That's it.
To them, everywhere they look, there's not just houses. There's actual open land and grass and shit like that.
Yeah, but there are just houses where they are. What the fuck do they mean?
Well, it's more like north of our town out there. You ever been out there where there's a house here, and then in a little bit ways over here there's a house.
No, where they are, there's houses literally every less than 100 feet.
That's not true.
Yes, it is. There are literally businesses within less than half a mile from there.
What business?
Wirelek is right there. The main offices for Wirelek are right there.
Oh, that's farther than half a mile.
No, it's not. Place. Unless his parents moved. They're just on the hill. Wirelek is literally at the base of that hill, dummy.
No.
Yes, it is.
Wirelek's almost by the rock shop, dude.
No, it's not. Okay. I think you just don't remember where you're at. Wirelek is literally at the spot where you speed up to 70, which is the base of the hill, which is past the rock shop.
Right there at the rock shop is where the 70-mile-an-hour speed limit sign is.
It's past You go
Depends on
rock
which
shop,
way
you
you're
go
going.
70-mile-an-hour sign, Wirelek at the base of the hill.
Yeah,
Then you start
and then
going
you
up
go-
the hill, and they're on
That's
that
not at the
side of
base
the
of the
hill.
hill.
Yes, it is. Next time we go to Thornton, when I prove that I'm right, you are giving me $1 million. Because as
You're
always,
wrong.
I'm right.
It's not right at the base of the
Oh
hill.
my God.
You
It's
gotta
still
wa-
within
you
half
gotta
a mile,
wait.
you stupid cunt. You know I'm right, and you're just trying to argue.
I will find out for sure. I have this cool thing called Onyx, and I can measure it.
Yeah, I can just go look at fucking Google Maps, too, dipshit. Ugh. God.
In my mind, I just feel like it's probably like
Half a
know,
mile. Maybe less. I'm not
like
even going to lie.
0.55 miles or something like that.
Yeah, and you're not going to victory lap if it's that. Trust me.
No.
Yeah.
You're
no.
right. It's not that far away.
Yeah.
But
Like, you are still in a town. I don't want to hear it. Because it's basically town up until that hill. Like, you are not out of town until that hill. Then I'd say anybody on the other side of that hill is out of town.
well, you're technically out of city limits by,
Okay,
just
dude,
past the truck
so is
stop,
Cool
but-
Customs. Cool Customs is outside of city limits. If people want to look up names, they just figured out where we live, but that's okay. But yeah, like, dude.
Oh shit! I didn't know that was state of Wyoming. Oh.
But yeah, city limits don't mean shit around here. I just got myself hit by a car. I dropped myself into Google Earth view.
But my point is these people. This is country to these people. Because it's not just apartment building.
I guess across the tracks there is an actual field. But
Yeah.
I'm talking about where they live. They live in a
There's actually a
neighborhood.
field north of them too.
Yeah, well,
And I think,
but they still like live in a neighborhood, you know?
yeah, wait, you're right. Well, we're arguing the same thing. It's just, it's not really country to,
Yeah, it's not
but
country.
to them it is.
But, all I'm saying is it's not country.
My thing is, it's not country if you can't pee off your front porch and piss off a neighbor.
You mean if you can pee off your front porch and piss off a neighbor? Then
Whatever.
it's not country? Because the other way
Yeah, whatever.
means that everywhere's
However that
country.
works.
I mean, I guess even at your house, you're not country then. You wouldn't be pissing off a neighbor, but you might be pissing off, everybody driving by on the highway.
I'm
Your
not
front
that well
porch.
down.
Your front porch.
They ain't gonna be able to see nothing from there anyway.
Fair. I understand that. I get that.
But there's also, what do you call that? The homeowners association. I think they're a part of that. So technically,
Oh, yeah.
it is like
Yeah,
a
you
community.
lose. They're in a town.
But I did technically relate to north of our town. That
I forget.
what do you call
Way
it?
the fuck
Ridge
out
Road
there.
or
I
whatever.
forget there's that whole thing.
yeah, that's what I was
Way the fuck
comparing
out
it to. It's country, but you're still part of a homeowners association, which is basically like being a part of a fucking town. It's worse, actually.
Part of an HOA. That's fucking awful, dude. You couldn't convince me
No,
ever
no
to
fucking
live
way.
there. No. You can't paint your house that color. Bitch, I'm painting it neon green now just as a fuck you. My house will be this color. It might glow also, just cause fuck you. Like, I will be the coolest neighbor you ever meet until you start being a cunt about how I live. And
Right.
then I will be the worst motherfucker possible. You want to play the game of petty? Ask Wonder. Ain't nobody beating me at that game.
No.
Oh, it's good times. But yeah, I need to go do I totally forgot to get my TSA pre-check stuff done last year, which is actually probably a good thing for Wonder. Because that meant I was able to go through the same area of the airport as him and not get him all screwed up. Though I think the TSA pre-check line, that time was longer than regular security. I have the hiccups.
So as a crow flies from my buddy's parents' place
Yeah.
to the electrical company
Yeah.
is 0.8 miles.
Golly.
So it's a little over half a mile.
A little over. My bad.
So it's like 3/4 of a mile.
Yeah. Well, it only takes 30 seconds between the two, but that's because you get to drive a little faster than 60.
Yeah.
Right
Wyoming's
there.
cool. We decided to make the speed limit not slow as fuck.
Dude, that's what always bugs me about going up to Washington to visit people. Is that like the speed limit there is 55 fucking everywhere. It's like, bruh. I feel like I'm not even moving. What is happening?
I know. Yeah.
Ooh, those are kind of sick. I'm looking. I checked my email and had an email about shoes, and now I'm looking at shoes. Wonder wants to see me spend another $500 on a pair of shoes. I think that's what he wants to see.
Nah, I'd rather you spend it on another golf set.
No, I got clubs now. What is it? What do you mean? I'm good.
Not enough. You could never have enough. Now that you've started.
I have more than you. What do you mean? You don't get a yap. You want me to spend $900 on shoes instead?
Oh yeah, I was gonna ask
for just a solid
my
black
mother
pair?
was curious.
Oh no.
That set of golf clubs that is Rena's.
Yeah.
She was asking if Rena golfs anymore and if she would be willing to sell them.
I can ask her. I don't know. I know she wants to, but she doesn't often.
Right. So that's what I kind of told my mother.
I was going to say, if you bought
really
them,
doesn't very often.
Yeah.
But
as long as it was a thing, like if you had them, we could still use them if she wanted to go.
Right. Yeah. 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 It wouldn't. Yeah.
Like.
But my mom was wanting to buy them for my niece.
I could always ask. Because that would definitely be cheaper than going and buying a new set.
Because they have like golf clubs, but they're like not real golf clubs, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
And so it's really hard for her to actually practice with golf clubs since she doesn't have real golf clubs. And the few that she does have are like extremely long for tall people.
Oh, wonder. We're like an hour and 18 minutes from the Acolyte.
Oh, yeah.
I'm so hyped. And then I'm pretty sure immediately after it's over, I'm going to have to get on here and start screaming into my camera. Because I've been seeing for the last week people complaining about the writing in a show that they haven't been able to watch yet. Do you know how fucking stupid you sound? Well, it's just poorly written. You haven't even seen the show. I'm pretty sure you didn't even watch the trailer, you stupid fuck. Like, what the hell are you talking about?
They just wanted to be the first ones to say it because they're a Star Wars fan.
Oh, dude.
Or a Star Wars critic.
Yeah, like the guy yelling about the hand-to-hand combat in Star Wars and how that doesn't make sense. It's like, what? Yes, it does. That makes more sense because, you know, the Jedi don't want to kill people.
Right. Yeah.
Or the Sith have been extinct for a millennia. No, the Jedi just didn't know about them for a millennia. And we see the first time they fight Maul, the Jedi are also really willing to write off a Force user with a red lightsaber as not a Sith. Mm-hmm. So all this, well, they have to kill everybody in this show who sees the Force user with a red lightsaber. It's like, no, they don't. The Jedi's hubris is what got them in the problem of Palpatine being able to take over in the first place.
Mm-hmm.
This whole, like, it couldn't possibly be. I mean, the Sith hid out for 1,000 years. You're telling me you don't think they ever had a single confrontation? Come on now. How dumb can you be? It's the Sith.
And then the writing part, the whole complaining about the writing. Yeah, I could literally post right now, you know, about a movie that's coming out and say, well, the writing's just terrible. And then watch the movie and then pick out. In every single movie, there's going to be one.
Oh, there's always something to pick on.
Yeah, you know, that's a movie. There's, you know how many fucking hours and
Well,
all
and
these
you can
things that have
nitpick
to come
anything
together
if you
in order to have,
tried.
like all this stuff that has to come together to make a movie. I don't people don't understand that. They think that just they filmed it in a day, and it's like, no, this takes years sometimes to film this, and then you got to go through and put it all together. It's not like they continually film it. The cut back on editing. No, that's not how this works. You got a shitload of CGI nowadays, and but you could go to any movie and go, "Oh, this sucks," and then try and come up with a valid argument. Like, it's a movie.
Oh, good God, Twitch. Really? Twitch is raising the price of subs from $5 to $6.
Holy shit, a full $1?
Yeah. It's now $5.99 a month.
Bastards.
Right? Don't worry, in Korea it's $5,000 or 5,000 Korean whatevers a month.
Like, I don't get it. All these companies are like, we got to raise prices, even though they're making record fucking profits.
Well, Twitch isn't. I don't think Twitch has ever been profitable. So, like, the issue that everybody has with it is Twitch is backed by Amazon, but there's also, like, this thing where you have to consider, like, yeah, but eventually Amazon will tell them to fuck off and just shut it down if they just hemorrhage money. Because, yeah, Twitch as a brand itself hasn't been that profitable, which is wild, but it's also because of some of the really weird shit they've done.
Yeah.
And it's like, y'all don't understand. There's this like calculator for how much a Twitch stream like costs Twitch. And you can like calculate it for anything. So it's not perfect, obviously, because like their numbers aren't going to be the same as what you'd pay or whatever. But like you can come kind of close. I got to figure out this website.
So if you look at this.
Oh, okay. What are we on? I can't rewind on YouTube's shorts. That they really need to fix that. TikTok had that figured out. What is this website? Pirate Software, help me. I got nothing. Pirate Software is failing me.
I don't know.
I'm just trying to
necessarily speaking about Twitch though. I'm just talking about other big companies in this world right now that try to use the guise of inflation to make it seem like they're losing money, so they got to raise prices even though they're literally making record profits, and then paying their employees less. Yeah. Fuck those companies.
Oh, for sure. And that's just the thing. Well, have you noticed Target and a bunch of other places slashing prices recently to combat inflation? It's like, oh, so you were just price gouging people and want to pretend you weren't now, huh?
Right. Yeah. Well, that's almost like a lawsuit was brought towards you for price gouging not too long ago.
Yeah. Can I want I want to find this thing. Calculator. Cost estimator. Here we go. So let's just use my channel. So this is what we're streaming at, whatever. So just one of my streams. Let's just go with my average of like a 5-hour stream. I can even go with my exact average viewer number. Like just me. I'm costing Twitch, and I'm a very small streamer, costing Twitch $10 an hour for my streams.
Wow.
Think of how many streamers are smaller than me, because my cost is offset by the fact that there are people watching ads. Let's look at Ninja. Let's say he's doing a 10-hour stream today, to, you know, his average of what? What do you want to say? Where do we want to put this? 8,000 viewers ish?
Yeah, probably.
Oh, so the total cost for that entire 10-hour Ninja stream, $5,252.50.
Well, yeah, but
like, okay,
how much are they making subs and stuff to them, though?
Right, but like, you still have to factor in more than this because there's all of the infrastructure, other costs.
Right,
there's the actual people who work for Twitch. Like, this is just what it costs to keep the streams running. Like, back when Ninja was popping off with 50K viewer a time streams, that's like a $30,000 thing every time he streams.
Right. But it's not like he's not making money for him, though, either.
Right.
So.
But, like...
Otherwise, they wouldn't want him to be there.
Well, I mean, there is a reason they let him leave at his height.
True.
Like, you do have to think about that. There's a reason Ninja and Shroud went to Mixer. Because Twitch, Amazon could have competed with the exact dollar amount if they wanted to. But, like, they're like, damn, think of the strain off of our servers.
Right. But also, you know, months of them just shitting all over Twitch and talking about how bad it is probably didn't help either, that they were fine with letting them go. It's like, we're paying somebody to talk shit in our company.
Yeah, like there's like a decent chance that Twitch's operating cost a day is in like the hundreds of millions of dollars a day.
Mm-hmm.
Just because the amount of traffic on Twitch is insane. Like, when you just go to Twitch and you just go look at all of the different categories, that calculator I was just using only calculates up to like 100,000 viewers. There are 388,000 people watching Just Chatting streams right now.
Damn.
There's another 65,000 watching Fortnite, another 40,000 watching Warzone, another 63,000 watching Rainbow Six Siege, another 30,000 watching Minecraft. Oh God, that Kings League, I don't even know what the fuck that is. It's got 392,000 viewers. Grand Theft Auto 5, 213,000 viewers. Destiny 2, 119,000 viewers. League of Legends, 107,000 viewers. Valorant, 80,000 viewers. Like, Twitch's traffic every minute of every day is insane. Now, yes, a lot of that traffic is going to, like, the very, very top of Twitch. I mean, Jinxie right now alone has 40,000 people watching his stream.
Mm-hmm.
Pokimane has 7,000.
That's wild.
Yeah. Like, it's...
I just hope for 1,000.
Right? 1,000 would be sick. Yeah, Elden Ring has 43,000. Dota 2 has 43,000. 56,000 on Apex. 60,000 on Counter-Strike. God, yeah. 30
That's
plus.
I haven't played in a long time as Apex.
Yeah, it's ass, though. That's why. You know what we need to do? So what I need to do is get a fucking belt. Nobody's going to get that reference, but it's okay. What I need to do is start a Minecraft series on YouTube again, and this time actually beat it. But I have to, like, wait until you're kind of in your Minecraft kick and get a couple other people so that I can just do what every other YouTuber does and cheat and not do it all by myself. Have you guys help me gather everything? Because, like, last time I spent 3 fucking episodes and, like, 60 hours just building my fucking house. Like, let's get all that shit done so I can work on everything else. Y'all can come help me with that shit. Thanks.
Yeah. We need to play our other...
Get back on the server a bit.
World also.
Yeah.
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 So I got a lot of cool stuff.
God, yeah.
I've also been having more and more ideas of how to add to my domain.
Yeah, I want to go through quite a bit of different things for, I don't know, YouTube. I need to figure out some other stuff for streams. I got to start working on a script for a Black Ops 3 video. But I don't know. I don't know, man. It's been a time. But, oh yeah, that house either sold or they stopped listing it because I can't find it anymore.
Yeah, fair enough.
I also have to consider, like, I gotta figure out what I'm doing with the cooking channel and if I'm killing it or not. Because right now, I do not have the time or the motivation to cook food for YouTube stuff.
I hear you there.
And, like, I don't know. It also just, like, I don't know. It'd be nice to just, I don't know. I ran it as an experiment, and it didn't go well. Like, how long did I run this experiment? We got one more video, so we got to see how it goes, but so yeah, since January 13th, and yeah, the videos didn't cook, and I think, like, the weird food video might have been better on the main channel. I really do. I think even the, like, Pizza Hut hot honey pizza one would have been better. I think a lot of things would have just been better on the main channel is what I'm saying here.
Yeah.
So, I don't know. I think the cooking channel might go on hiatus for potentially ever. Because when I started it, I wasn't planning to upload every day on my main channel either, and here we are. So, like, I don't know, man. Hey! My Black Ops 3 is officially dead video passed the 10,000 view mark. I finally have a video that went over 10K. That's a dub. Yeah.
That's wild.
That's a dub. That's a dub. And it's got an 87% like to dislike ratio. So that's cool. My Elden Ring video from this week got a solid, my least enjoyable gaming experiences video that had Elden Ring in it. That one currently has a solid, like, I'm trying to find it. I can't find this fucking video. Hello? Apparently it's not.
I have a feeling there's going to be a lot of people that did not like that.
Oh, they're very unhappy with bullying Elden Ring. It is, it's at 50%.
Yeah. Well, yeah, a lot of people really like the game. The game's not bad. It just,
I mean, by all definitions, it technically is a bad game.
well,
We just give it excuses. Well, it's supposed to be difficult. Yeah, but it would be cool if it was
think that's
difficult.
why people enjoy it that much. I think it's because,
what other thing is there? It's not the story, because the dude,
I think
one dude responded in the comments to that, and he's like, the story is good. Just go watch this YouTuber break it down. And it's like, if you need multiple years and a YouTuber spending thousands of hours to figure out even some semblance of story, that means it's not very good. Like, by definition, it means it's not very good.
But what I was getting at is the amount of different things that's in the game and how pretty it is would be the reason I like the game. It's a very good looking game.
Because it's pretty?
Yeah.
That's not a reason to play a video game.
But I mean, it's not everything's impossible to play. There are some things that are very hard.
When the gameplay is shit and the story is shit, you're literally just polishing a turd and then trying to parade it around like it's great.
Yeah.
Like, that's not
And then the other thing that a lot of people really like about it is the online factor. People facing each other, you know, they get their stuff.
Go play For Honor. It's better.
Yeah, but you get different things, and
I can't, man. I can't justify calling it a good game. I just can't.
Right.
Just because it was super hyped up and streamers play it a lot doesn't mean it's good. It just means that it's popular. Popular does not mean good. And this isn't just me being a purist. You know what else was popular and is actually good? Baldur's Gate.
Mm-hmm. True. But it also, you know, isn't really your type of game style.
Oh,
either.
Definitely not. But I played the Dark Souls games and didn't have this much vitriolic hate for them, so
right.
Maybe it's just people, a bad game.
But it's not that bad of a game for people who literally that's the only type of game they play. It's games like Bloodborne and Dark Souls and.
But see, Dark Souls and Bloodborne didn't artificially inflate the fucking difficulty of their game by just making certain things impossible. If you were good enough at Dark Souls, you can beat it without ever taking damage. I don't think that's ever been done on Elden Ring because I don't think it's possible. It's designed to not be possible. I'm going to double check. I'm not sure.
I'm pretty sure. I know somebody beat the game at a fucking unimaginably fast time.
I almost looked up Baldur's Gate. Yikes. I'm sure I know of a way to beat Baldur's Gate without taking any damage. And you can do it without ever using a weapon attack also. You can just walk.
Oh.
Yeah. Beat Elden Ring without taking damage. Ooh, it did happen. Apparently. Oh, who beat the game in 2 hours and 43 minutes. What kind of bullshittery did you do? Because that means you did one fight. Like, what?
No, I mean, you have to. There's no way you can't not fight to get to the.
I mean, you're not doing unless there's some bullshit where you're just like.
My thing is, he was probably a caster and stayed away from everything and just sat there and just kept throwing fucking ice missiles or something and from a distance and was able to do it that way. I don't know.
I'm trying to
or this kid literally has calluses on his hands from trying to dodge everything.
Right. Oh, no. Wow. Yeah, he used a bunch of stuff that basically just allows most of the game to be skipped. Like relying on summoned spirits to do all the damage for you. He never got into any fights. He just stood back and let... Yeah. That's not real. I mean, I guess if it works.
Well, that's one of the things that, like, that's why
but to me, once you're doing that, impossible. You're not playing a good game. Exactly. It's not fun. You cannot tell me that's fun. The only thing fun about it was all the YouTube viewers and the fact that you get to, like, now say, I'm the only person to ever do it without taking damage. But, like, that's not fun.
Right. I've always been the guy that likes to be able to take a bunch of damage and not die. Like, I always tend to lean towards the tank build, where you could literally just get smacked with a dragon a few times and just be like, oh, that just scratched me a little bit.
See, and I know, I'm like, that's not fun, but I also always play, like, rogues. But it's like, yeah, but I'm not standing outside letting somebody else do everything. I'm just doing what my character's good at. Right. Being sneaky and hiding and peeking up and shooting and, like...
Well, you do most of your damage by being stealthed.
Right.
So not it's like... stealth would be stupid.
Right. It's like, I don't know, I'm not afraid to have my character go into the actual fight. It's just that's not this. That's like saying your tank character should go play the stealth role. It's like, no, that's not what they're good for.
Wearing the heavy clanky armor.
Like that's not what we're good for. I'm good for being ranged and stay. But that's still also different than just summoning a different creature to fight for you while you go eat a sandwich. That's not, these are not the same thing. You know?
Yeah.
Apparently, we're wanting to attack the Yankees for some reason. I don't know what they did, but oh, so I was reading this thing about Minnesota, not even a sports team. I gotta see if I can find this. Yeah, so Minnesota has been refusing to return a captured Confederate flag to Virginia for more than a century.
Hmm.
Yeah. Which is funny because the U.S. military considers captured enemy flags to be legal trophies of war. But Virginia has, like, thrown a fit over it forever. And basically Minnesota's response is, well, it's always like, well, it's part of our history and heritage. And it's like, what, the part where you wanted to secede and own slaves? You really want to parade that around? It's part of our heritage from when we beat you the fuck back, you loser.
Yeah. Speaking of the NFL, I seen that Jay Jettas finally got a contract.
Yep. It was never a concern. Nice. It was never a concern. I love we still got people out here like, well, there were talks at the draft about him getting traded and the Vikings trading up and drafting Malik Neighbors. And there was talks, they talked to all these teams, and basically everybody's come out, even a lot of the other teams, and have said, yeah, we called. They said, not in any world, and we hung up and never talked again. So, I think all the reporters are still just trying to do the, well, it's Minnesota thing. And it's like, no, not this time, luckily. This isn't a Diggs situation. We're good.
Did I see something about Bill Belichick going to the Cowboys?
No, that'll probably happen.
Fucking crazy.
As far as I know, he hasn't. But yeah, Justin Jefferson. I got into a little bit of an argument because he got a 4-year, $140 million extension, 110 of it guaranteed. So he's making $35 million a year as a receiver, highest paid non-quarterback in football. And if he was a quarterback, technically he'd be paid the 15th most. It hurts my soul to know that, especially since Daniel Jones is making more money. But like, we can't pay you based off the Giants being fucking stupid, you know?
Right.
That's not how that works. You're the best receiver in the game. You deserve to get paid like it, obviously. But like, yeah, you're what you're gonna get.
Still the highest paid receiver in the NFL.
You're the highest paid non-quarterback. Like,
right. Yeah. So I mean, if I was him, I'd be content.
Yeah, I think I'd be pretty good.
That's the best he's gonna get. Doesn't matter where the fuck he goes. That's the best he's gonna get.
Oh yeah. Like, yeah.
And I don't care what anybody says. You're competing for a Super Bowl ring, also where you're at. So.
But yeah, it was one of those things like off the field with Randy Moss and Percy Harvin and Diggs. You always knew there was a bit of contempt from them about being in Minnesota. They didn't love it. Jefferson's never even hinted at not wanting to be there. Like, not even a little. He's always said he wants to be in Minnesota. I think he's the type, honestly, who just wants to be in one place his entire career.
Yeah.
But, like, obviously you're going to have to pay me. Duh.
I don't think Diggs is happy anywhere for more than a year.
Right. It really does seem like Diggs just wants to go out and around.
He just wants to travel.
Yeah.
See the sights. Jay Jettas is more like me. Doesn't want to move away.
He's like, I'm home now. I'm home now. Yeah. I'm good. But yeah, like I was never concerned because of that. It's like he never said he wanted out. So like, I know the team doesn't want to move on because why the fuck would you? I love the people who are trying to do the whole, well, you guys didn't want to pay Kirk this much. It's like, yeah, which one actually has contributed to winning games?
Right. and how many quarterbacks were on the board that were good in the draft this year?
Oh, dude. Also, look back at the Lions-Vikings game last year, right? No Kirk, and Justin Jefferson almost single-handedly beat the Lions.
Yeah. It's all right. Justin Jefferson single-handedly beat the Bills last year, so.
Like, was it even this game? It might have been. Yeah, it might have been this game. It was, because the second half he slowed down because he had the 141 yards and a tud. But, you know, Nick Mullins threw 4 interceptions and we lost by 6. Like, dude, I think JJ is just like, I got it, guys. Don't worry. I handled it. As always. But yeah, I don't know, man. I'm just glad it's over and nobody's going to say anything for another 5 years.
Yeah.
Because, yeah, he's still got 1 year, his 5th year option, and then this kicks in, so I think he becomes a free agent after the 2028 season. So, like, cool. We'll figure it out again in 4 years. I think, honestly, that's probably the only place that there was a hang-up when it came to that deal.
Yeah.
Is the Vikings probably wanted 6 or 7 years on the contract, and JJ's like, no, because I'll be worth more money at that point.
Right. Yeah,
He's like, JJ probably wanted 2 or 3. I think they met in the middle at 4. That's my assumption.
Yeah, makes sense.
I would assume the Vikings came in wanting 6 years. JJ came in wanting probably 2. Because then he would be like historically the greatest receiver start ever. And it's like, plus you'd be waiting until after Jamar Chase's deal, after CeeDee Lamb. Like you'd be letting that number rack up.
Right.
And that's, you know, then the team. Though this is news because this is the first time the Vikings, like in, I think at least in the entire Wilf era of like this team being owned by the Wilf family. I think this is the first time in that era that they have re-signed a guy prior to July 31st. We always wait until after July 31st to like give out our big contract extensions. So to me, that tells me all I need to know about how the team viewed him.
True.
Because like everybody else, you got to wait, but not JJ. Also, Dalton Reisner signed back. So on a really weird contract after being one of the 10 best guards in football last year. His contract like has special bonuses if he actually makes the roster. It's so weird. It's like
they trying to add incentive for him or something.
I don't know,
what?
but it's weird because like it was the thing last year where he had been a top 10 guard in the league for the Broncos. And then nobody signed him until we did, until week 4. Like, what did Dalton Reisner do? Who did he offend? I don't know. But
it's me, man.
Something happened. Something happened. Nice. I'm still mad at the Bills.
That's why.
Because they're greedy little fucks.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
How so?
Why is Diggs' jersey still full price?
Oh, I see.
That's greedy as shit. He's not on your team. Do the thing the rest of the league does and reduce the price, you fucks. It bugs me even more because they reduced the price of Tre'Davious White's jersey. Like, they're just trying to profit off of Diggs' name at that point, and that offends me. Because you didn't do it to everybody else, but you're doing it to Diggs. That's why it's bugging me. It's because the Bills are being greedy fucks.
Well, I'm sure they'll drop it at some point.
I don't know, man. The Texans also have me a bit offended. They won't give Danielle Hunter they only have his regular blue jersey. They don't have the white, the red, or the cool H-Town jerseys. And part of me, if I'm going to spend full price on a Texans jersey, it's going to be Stroud or Daniil, and I don't know which.
Right.
But, like, part of me thinks it should be Daniil because that's former Viking. That's my dude. But, like, they just refuse. Yeah, all they got is the regular blue, and I'm not saying their regular blues are bad, but literally every other jersey they have is better. And the H-Town alternates are sick. I love those. Trying to look at what other jerseys I wanted. Right now, I could buy a couple of them on sale, which is pretty cool.
Hmm.
You know what, Wonder? Just buy me a Josh Allen jersey.
Yeah. I don't even have a Josh Allen jersey of my own.
Yeah, but you don't wear jerseys. I guess, I don't know. Would you even want to? If somebody bought you a jersey, would it just die in your closet?
No, I'd wear it. Especially on game day. I already wear, like,
see,
my long sleeve blue shirt and blue sweatpants for game days.
I don't know if I even want Dart shirts next year. I just want to be able to rock my jerseys.
Right.
Without being judged.
Yeah. Well, I mean, we'll still have our shirts from last year.
Right.
Technically.
Well, see, we'll have to get one made, though, or change it because our team's not the same anymore.
True.
And it could change even more. You never know.
Yeah.
And I don't just mean because life's random. I mean, our one darts teammate is older than the state of Wyoming. So.
Yeah. Yeah. True. True. But.
Yeah.
Yeah, you never know. But we'll see what happens. It definitely is not going to be long sleeve shirts.
God, no. That was atrocious. And yeah. I still, if when we do it, you let me know, I will just buy the shirt I want to have stuff printed on, I think, this time. Because what I'd like, you know, the other tie-dye shirt like this I have that's that, like, sleeveless hooded one? I think I'd just buy a black version of that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was atrocious, fucking trying to throw darts in the long sleeve shirt.
Yeah, no. There's a reason I cut the sleeves off, man.
Yeah.
There's a reason.
I'm probably going to do the same thing.
Yeah. Yeah. Hopefully by darts I can get my other tattoos done.
Yeah.
That'd be cool. Have both sides done.
I'll tattoo you.
No thanks.
I'll tattoo my name on you.
No thanks. No thanks.
Forever owned by the Wonder Weapon.
No thanks.
Fucked up because he's Irish.
Yeah. That's why I keep saying no.
And I'm German.
I know. That's why I keep saying no.
Fuck.
Sorry, let me say it in a way you'll understand. 9.
Oh, my bad. Didn't understand you the first few times.
Yeah, gotta really scream it at you. Technically, it's time to go watch The Acolyte, I think.
Is it?
It might be another hour, but we should probably stream.
True.
But it is probably time to wrap up this episode. So, Wonder, say some things. I don't know what else you what else you know. He knows nothing.
I know nothing. Jon Snow.
Yeah. I don't actually want to get into the political part of it, but I just have to ask.
All right. Here we go.
Why can you not vote if you're a felon, but you can run for president if you're a felon?
Well, I mean,
how does that make sense?
Technically, all of our founding fathers were felons. by signing the Declaration of Independence, they immediately
being a
became
felon in a
felons.
different country means nothing.
Eh,
We're talking about the country in which we live. Like that, to me, that
True.
just, I don't know. I feel like it needs to be even either way. Either you can't run for president or you can vote. I don't care which, just make
Right.
it make sense.
I feel like felons should be able to vote because they still, even though they're felons, you
Yeah,
got
right.
a lot of
Like,
different types of felons.
right.
They
Like,
still
I
live
understand some things. Like, I understand certain things you're not being allowed to do, but like voting,
Right.
do felons not have to pay taxes then? Because that's taxation without
Exactly.
representation.
Exactly. 100%. That's like my sister not being able to vote. She wouldn't hurt a fly. She's not the only thing she was addicted to drugs. But
Right.
why the fuck does that matter? Why does that make her not be able to choose who represents her?
Right. Yeah. That's dumb.
But also,
But it's
I
like
think
I
it
say
kinda
with
makes a
most of these
difference, like-
laws, I just want shit to make sense and be like fair.
yeah.
And it
I
just
also
never is.
have a problem with, especially if they're nonviolent.
Yeah.
I feel like, sure, if you went out and murdered some people, maybe you might lose some rights. But like if it's a class E felony, like with Donald Trump, he made a bookkeeping error and now he can't vote. That doesn't make any sense to me.
I don't know, man. Christian McCaffrey has once again reset the running back market, signing a 2-year extension with the 49ers worth $19 million a year. He saw that he was making less money than Jerry Jeudy and decided enough was enough.
Fair enough.
Blackout's trending. Let me guess, it's
Oh?
some sort of... Oh, Dr. Disrespect for once has said something smart. Blackout greater than Verdansk.
You can second that opinion.
I'm
was.
quote tweeting it with, for once I agree with Doc.
Fair enough. Ugh,
Oh, goodness. Yeah, dude, I miss Blackout. That was a time.
me too. It was great times.
Too bad I'm going to check. I don't think I can re-download Black Ops 4 on my PlayStation. If I can, though. I might have to make you. If I remember correctly, I only had it on disc.
Yeah.
And I don't have a
Same.
disc edition PlayStation anymore. So I can't even go out and buy it cheap because I can't put a disc in my system, which
Well,
is
and then-
okay. But
I would worry about the same. We had remember, because not too long ago, like a year or two ago, we tried to re-download it and play it.
yeah,
and
but
it
that was
still had that
pre
issue.
PS5. So who knows
true.
what's changed? I no
True.
longer have a, yeah. System's changed.
Yeah, so it'd probably be fine now.
Maybe.
But
And
it
if
seemed
not,
like
we
it was
could
more
always
of a
just
network problem.
we could always just both buy it on PC.
That's true. Yeah.
Technically, and that would probably fix all of the issues. Other than I would have to spend $120 fucking dollars on that goddamn game again,
Yeah.
because I'd have to buy all the DLCs over again.
I'd be upset because I lost all of my
Oh, you got
Dark Matter
diamond
camos.
Yeah, you got all the cam. Oh, you did get to Dark Matter. Ow,
Yeah. You know how fucking long it took me to get Dark Matter?
not that long.
Pretty fucking long, because you had to have all of the every single gun.
Yes,
Gold.
that's how Dark Matter works. That
And
wasn't
the only way to
news.
get the only way to unlock those guns was to go through and pick up paint cans. Remember? And there was and it took fucking 500 and some paint cans to unlock one gun, and you could only get 10, 12 paint cans per game.
Right. So
It literally took me 30 days, I swear to God.
Yeah,
playing that
that's
game
not
to
even that
fucking
much.
unlock Dark Matter.
Go back to Black Ops 3 to unlock Dark Matter when you had to go through all of the challenges for every gun. It wasn't just picking up paint cans, which you were guaranteed to be able to get at least one every game. Remember,
Right.
you had to get 100 headshots with every gun, which that sounds simple. Go use the fucking Shiva in Black Ops 3 and tell me how fucking simple it is. It's 2024.
Yeah.
I still don't have that gun gold, dude.
Yeah,
Fuck.
but you still had challenges in Blackout. Remember to do? You had
Yeah, but
hard times
But
unlocking characters.
right, but that wasn't for the camos. But you had to
I
do
know.
all of that with every gun and then do all
Yeah.
the mastery challenges just to get
Yeah.
to gold. Like, that would have taken you a year.
Yeah,
Yeah, trust me, there's still characters I don't have. I'm so mad about not having Reznov because I kept hitting the 200-meter sniper shot when I didn't have the hat, and then I'd pick it up and I'd never see anybody to snipe. It was such bullshit.
it took me forever to get that dude.
I just gave up. I was like, this one's just not happening. Because
I can't
I would
remember who
hit
it
the
was
snipe
that-
every time until I got the hat, and then I'd never even see somebody.
Yeah, I couldn't remember who it was that you had to like fucking ride the vehicle and it had like the gun, the turret
Yeah.
or whatever, and you had to kill somebody with the turret and then get like a 200+ meter sniper shot in the same fucking game.
I don't remember that one, but that's funny. So it's Pride
I don't
Month,
know.
so all the leagues are changing their profile pictures to like the Pride flag and whatever.
Mhm.
MLB did it, and it's like baseball is everyone's game. True. I'm not
Mhm.
here. The thing I'm laughing at is just this guy's quote tweet. So baseball's TV rights are horrible.
Mhm.
There are certain places where you can't watch your local team because of the way TV rights work. Like you
Mhm.
just can't at all. You can live in Chicago and not be able to watch the White Sox at all.
Wow.
So it's like baseball is everyone's, or baseball is for everyone, subject to regional blackout restrictions. True. Yeah, baseball's fucking. I think that's their worst thing because baseball attendance has been up for the past couple of years. The pitch clock, which people are mad about because they think it's causing players to get injured. Yeah, it's definitely not the fact that pitchers have decided they should try to throw 100 miles per hour the entire game. There's a
Yeah.
reason only bullpen guys used to throw 100 miles an hour. It's because when you throw that fast, you torque the fuck out of your arm. It's
Mhm.
not supposed to do that. Like, there's a reason
Yeah.
this, like, best starters were throwing 96, 95. Randy Johnson is the only guy who's ever been able to hit 100 without hurting himself constantly. And that's just because Randy Johnson is like 7'2", and just moving his arm normally means the ball travels at 100. He wasn't trying
I like
to
the
hit
thing I
100.
seen the other day where it's like, the greatest of all time, Babe Ruth or whatever.
Oh, God. Yeah,
Steps
seeing
up
what
to hit
pitchers
the
are like
ball.
today.
Yeah. And he
The fuck was that?
strike. Is he gonna throw it? What do you mean
Yeah,
strike?
did he throw it? What, you threw that?
You threw the ball?
How fast was
fuck
that?
This, I'm out of here.
102? Fucking what? Oh, yeah, dude. I love that. Well, baseball, any of the greats from back then would transition to now. No, they wouldn't. No, they would not.
Not when the average ball was 72 miles an hour.
Yeah, right? Like, the pitchers now are insane. Well, and it's not just that. Nobody was throwing a curveball like they do now. That shit disappears. There's a reason dudes need elbow surgery every 100 pitches.
Yeah, not only that, when you're fucking ducking because you feel like you're going to get hit by the ball.
And then it's
gets counted
perfectly
as a
down the
strike.
middle. Yeah. Like, what the fuck are you talking about? Oh, incredible times, man. Should Blackout return? I think so. Will it? No. But should it? Yeah.
Even if they just revamped Blackout, just went all new everything, but kept it like Blackout where it's, not loadouts. Yeah, everything you picked up was what you used. I'd be all right with that.
Oh. Worldwide reveal is happening in A couple days. 5 days. Oh yeah, the 9th, right? Yeah. I gotta remember I have to wake up at like 9 a.m. to do that shit. Fucking annoying as hell. Who does a reveal in the morning, man? But hey, we extended our time a little farther than planned. Also, since when does Call of Duty do a reveal on a Sunday? That's the thing that offends me. What? Since when is it a Sunday? I feel like it's supposed to be like a Friday.
Yeah.
I feel like everything's supposed to happen on Friday.
Yeah, I don't have game night this Sunday. So.
True. Good. That means maybe I'll just have you come over after work and make sure I'm awake. Hey, dipshit, we got a reveal event to watch. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I probably won't be there before 9 o'clock, so.
I don't
Usually
remember
I
what
don't get
time the
done till
reveal
10.
is. Black Ops 6 reveal event is do 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 10 a.m. Pacific time, which means 11 a.m. here. So you should be home. But all right, ladies and gentlemen, I think that should be enough for us. So, thanks for watching. We'll catch you in the next one. Peace.